Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Roman and today I'm going to share with you the 2025 Subaru Forester. This is the new generation from 2025. Let's go. So today we have a very base model, which is basically the base model. This is how Subaru calls its base entry model. So you have 5 different trim options for Subaru Forester 2025. It's base, premium, sport, limited, and touring. So this is the very base. Although I have to admit that all Subaru models, as previously, they come standard with all-wheel drive. So what has changed since the last generation, which was produced from 2018 to 2024 model years? So first of all, the front fascia, the headlight, the tail lights. The car has become slightly larger, around ½ inch larger. The wheelbase stayed the same. It's 2,670 millimeters, the wheelbase. It also has become a little bit taller, just about ½ inch taller, but it's also due to the roof rails. They are increased in their height. The controversial part about this car, which I heard from a lot of people online, offline, is that the headlights now look like headlights from Ford Explorer from 2011, 2012, something like that. I personally do not think that Subaru borrowed these headlights from Explorer. I believe it's truly a coincidence. It's just a coincidence because how this happened. So what else we have? We don't have any fog lights. I have to admit that all headlights on all trims, they are LED headlights, and they are also, they can swivel a bit. Basically, they follow the steering wheel. So they can swivel a bit as soon as you turn left or right. The lamps inside the headlamp assembly will turn left or right as well. So you'll have more visibility in terms of cornering in this system. Obviously, you have a lot of safety systems. It's emergency brake and it's lane keep assist is available, not on all trims, but is available. You have adaptive cruise control. In this specific base trim, you don't have keyless entry, although you have like a regular key fob, 18-inch wheels, and a lot of visibility here. You see the windows, they're just huge, so it's super bright inside. The tail lights, obviously, to me personally, they look like the headlights, the tail lights from Mitsubishi Outlander, the previous generation. You have obviously the badges saying that it's symmetrical all-wheel drive. The new tailgate, it's not power operated, it's just a regular tailgate. So as you can see, no power operated, but on higher trims you can have a power operated lift gate. You have a spare tire. Down there you have this nice organizer, so you can put all your stuff here so that they don't scatter around. You have this pouch, you have different tie down hooks, and yeah, a lot of plastic. Obviously this is not a premium car. You have a cigarette lighter style charge port here, and you can, as you can see, I have already folded the seats down. It's a 2-row vehicle, it's not 3-row vehicle, and yeah, so it's very roomy, it's very practical in terms of cargo capacity. It's 26 or 28 cubic feet of cargo volume here. So let me close that. So the rear window wiper here, as I mentioned, no keyless entry. So my height is 6.2, so I'm going to sit behind myself actually, and let's check the room. Yeah, the knee room is just great. The headroom is great as well. I'm wearing my head right now, so it's plenty of space left behind, between my head and between the ceiling itself. So, but unfortunately, you don't have any armrest here in the back. You only have the armrest in the front. No heated seats, no ventilated seats on this specific trim. But you can get, as you can see, there are no climate control vents. Although you have a dual zone climate control, no vents here, no charging ports, and no heated seats. So the top spec touring model features heated seats here in the back, as well as charging ports, as well as AC vents here. So it's just one map pocket here. It's cloth interior, it's not leatherette. On higher trims you can get like leatherette and genuine leather in limited, unlimited, and on touring. The ceiling is also black, and the light is LED lights here inside the cabin. You don't have any sunshades here, unfortunately. Would be nice to have. Let's go to the front. So here in the front we have no power operated seats, unfortunately. It's the same cloth interior. Let's get inside because it's super hot outside. So what I really like about the Subaru is that how visible everything from the driver and passenger seat here. So you see the windows just huge. So visibility is one of the advantages of this car. Although you have this small window which could block pedestrians and maybe cyclists, bicycles maybe. At the same time, the steering wheel hasn't changed too much. You still have these two buttons to switch between Sharp, which is basically sport, and Intelligent, which is like a regular mode. Here you have adaptive cruise, you have lane keep assist, you have multimedia, infotainment controls here on the left on the left part of the steering wheel. You don't have automatic windows, so basically like one touch down, one touch up. It's only reserved for the driver front window. So here you can check, you can dim or make it brighter. The instrument cluster, obviously instrument cluster is analog, it's not digital. Like in some other cars, some other competitors. The big thing about Subaru for 2025 is that they introduced like a huge Starlink 11.6 inches. Unfortunately, as you can see, that's not the case on this specific trim. It still carries the old, or the base design, I would say, with split screen. So basically here you have vehicle control, driver assistance, more settings, car settings, everything else related to multimedia, phone connections, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, it's all reserved for the upper part of the screen, and everything else is here. Unfortunately, I don't have any heated seats here, but on a higher trim, you can get, for example, limited or sport, you can get, not the sport, but limited and touring, you can get a heated steering wheel, heated front seats, and also you can get ventilated front seats on the touring model, but unfortunately it's not available here. Also, you can get like a leatherette wrapped steering wheel or genuine leather wrapped steering wheel. Here is just a regular plastic steering wheel. Also, the shift knob, it's covered, it's regular plastic, but it's soft touch plastic, soft touch molded plastic. On higher trims you can get leatherette or genuine leather in terms of if we are talking about the touring trim. Also, but all trims, they have a standard wireless phone charger available. You have auxiliary port right here and one charging port which is USB type A. A few design bits scattered here and there, so this looks very nice. It's not plastic, it's actually soft. The glove box is not damped or not felt. So this is the upper dashboard, partially plastic, partially soft touch molded plastic, which is really nice. And the seats themselves, they are super cushy, they're supportive. Obviously I would like to have more bolstered bolsters here, but the cushion is very soft and the seat back is very soft, and the sitting position is quite nice, I would say. So you have lots of visibility, no like minimum amount of blind spots here, which is really great. And so I'm going to have it for a test drive, and you will see how it drives, and then I will share my impressions about this car. And now the most interesting part, how much does it cost? So the starting price for this Subaru 2025, it's Subaru Forester 2025 base model, it starts from $31,090, including destination and delivery. The top spec touring model comes at $43,600, so it's before taxes, obviously, here in the US. If you'd like to buy it, for example, here in Florida, Tampa Bay area, you have to pay like 7.5% of taxes, plus dock fee or whatever dealers charge you. So this specific dealer does not charge you. It's Subaru of Wesley Chapel here in Tampa Bay area. So big shout out to Subaru of Wesley Chapel. I'm not affiliated with this dealer. I'm not specifically promoting, but this dealer doesn't charge any markups. So if you're interested and you live in the area, just go to Subaru of Wesley Chapel. You can contact them. Obviously, I will leave the contact information down below in the description of this video. So the price range from 31 to 43 before taxes, before registration, before tax. For example, obviously, if you have a current vehicle, you can transfer your tag from that vehicle to this new vehicle. So let's have it for a test drive, and then I will sum this video up. Now it's time to take it for a quick spin, for a quick drive. It's the base version. It's either base or premium. I suspect it's just a premium, and maybe base. They're very similar. So, but nevertheless, what I want to mention here before we start driving is that the seat comfort is very, very, very nice, because The seats are not firm. The seat cushion, the seat back, they're very nice. You can adjust that. Unfortunately, in this specific trim, you don't have any power seats, so it's fully manually operated driver's seat and passenger seat. You don't have a memory seat control, for example. So green light, let's start. Very smooth acceleration. We are not in sharp mode because these two buttons like S and I, it's like intelligent and sharp. So by pressing sharp, you can engage like the sport algorithm of shifting gears. I should remind that the Subaru, this specific Subaru and other Subarus, obviously they have CVT transmissions, which means like continuously variable transmission. It's not like a regular transmission, but there is one part which is actually borrowed from regular conventional automatic transmission. This is the torque converter. Even though this is a CVT, it still has a torque converter. So that ensures that you have very smooth acceleration, deceleration. You don't feel jerkiness, you don't feel the shift points because they're super smooth. Other item I'd like to mention here is that it's super quiet. Even though this is the very base trim, I don't hear any extra noise. So NVH is very nice. I mean, it's super quiet. Obviously, you hear the oncoming wind, but like it's common in this class. The suspension itself is very, very smooth. So I just like 5 minutes ago, I drove, I didn't film that, but I drove the car over really bad pavement, some cracked asphalt and expansion points of the concrete road. And I was really surprised that it's super, super comfortable. You don't hear that a lot. So obviously if you drive over the concrete pavement, you may hear that, that extra bumps. Obviously, you're gonna feel that in every vehicle. It's not like specific to Subaru vehicle. Other than that, which I don't know, probably it's arguably not the best decision here to have the split screen. I would like to have, I mean, it would be nice, obviously, to have a regular 11.6-inch Starlink display here instead of this split screens, because this reminds me of the previous generation Subaru Forester. So, but this is how Subaru went about this car. So the steering wheel is not leather wrapped, it's not leatherette wrapped, it's just a regular plastic steering wheel. Same for the shifter here. You don't have heated seats in this trim, but obviously you can get heated seats, ventilated seats, you can get panoramic roof, you can get a memory seat options on a higher trim. So you should go from base to premium, from premium to sport. Sport actually features 19-inch wheels, and they look a bit more sporty, the sport vehicles, the sport trim vehicles. But here, even like a very basic, actually the sport trim also features 3 or 5% firmer spring rates. And dampers, they are damped a bit differently. So here, this is the regular, and the regular suspension is present on this trim, which is base or premium, as well as the limited and touring. So the sport trim is the only one that features that slightly firmer suspension. In terms of like everyday driving, I mean, it's super nice, it's super quiet. Obviously, the competition in this class is just huge, because you have RAV4, you have hybrid CR-V, hybrid RAV4, you have Hyundai vehicles, you have Kia vehicles. Let's test it here and see. So the turning radius is very small, so it's minimal. I don't hear anything, no noise, no rattles, no squeaks. Everything is super firm. Yes, you have probably more like cheaper materials here, but obviously this is a very base trim. In terms of like everyday usage, I should admit this vehicle is nice. In terms of suspension, it's super soft. It's kind of boaty, I would say. So obviously you feel the vehicle leaning to the right, to the left, depending on how you drive this car, where you drive, depending on your speed. But it's very comfortable. The suspension setup is very comfortable. It's quiet, which is, I think, is really important for people who buy this car, because obviously you're gonna use it with your family, for your everyday drive. This should be your daily drive, right? So, I mean, I really like this vehicle. No complaints at all. Yes, the drawback of this new generation cars, always you have this, the price the price always goes up, unfortunately, and this is not an exception, especially considering the inflation, considering the parts and labor. It increased in its cost, so obviously you have some trade-offs. So, but for those people who are looking for like an ultimate all-in-one SUV in a price range between 30, 35, maybe up to $40,000, the Subaru Forester gives you and provides you like everything. It's like all-time all-wheel drive, symmetrical all-wheel drive. There are no couplings, right? Engaging rear axle like in different other cars. The transmission, yeah, it's sometimes a bit drony, so you hear that. But other than that, it's very smooth. And in this generation, Subaru went with 8-speed virtual transmissions. Not transmissions, but gears. So eight virtual gears, similar to the latest generation Subaru Crosstrek. So this is very nice. So it feels like it actually shifts, but there are no actual gears. So, but Subaru did a great job. I should confirm. So the vehicle is nice. I really like it. Like, what else do you need for your daily driving? I think Subaru did a great job here, and it's super soft. So this, yep, we just drove over that that concrete pavement, the gutter, right? The rain gutter, and it felt very, very nice and comfy. So it's not firm. So for people who like and prefer really soft suspension, like a kind of boaty suspension, that's the way to go. All right, now it's time to sum it up. So I'm sharing my impressions, about this car. So first of all, what I want to admit that even though you may have some cheap materials on the inside, obviously that's not a premium vehicle. So Subaru has been known for reliability, for simple solutions, for solutions that last long. So I know a lot of Subaru fans out there which have had, and those fans, they have had like multiple Subaru vehicles. So basically, in terms of the engine and transmission, in terms of the engine, first of all, this is just a carryover. But unfortunately, this car in this generation has lost 2 horsepower, but it gained like 2 more newton meters of torque. Also, the torque is available a bit earlier than was before. So if you take a look at the curve of the torque curve on the graph, you will see that it's available slightly earlier than was before. From 0 to 60 perspective, for example, I haven't checked that yet, but it should be around 8.5 seconds from 0 to 60, which is expected result to me. It's a family vehicle, it's a two-row family vehicle, all-wheel drive, which is very nice. So it comes standard with all-wheel drive like other Subaru vehicles, which is super important for people who live in different northern states. For example, we have like 4 seasons, like winter, spring, autumn, and summer, obviously. Also, what I'd like to say is that in terms of driving, so the car suspension is super soft, it's super nice. It feels a bit like a boaty feeling of the suspension, but I mean, all this rain gutters, expansion joints, like different patches on the asphalt. I mean, the car goes over that bumps very smoothly, like no problem. So in terms of like a family car, it's super quiet. Yes, not the best materials on the inside, definitely. Some options are not available, where some competitors may carry those options, like Honda CR-V, for example. The hybrid option would be super nice to have, but unfortunately, Subaru has not deployed that option for the American market. So maybe next year it will be available. But other than that, the seats are comfortable, they're very soft. The suspension is very comfortable, it's very soft. You don't have any HV NVH, so it's not coming to the cabin. So I didn't hear any squeaks or rattles. So in that regard, the car is super nice. I mean, you see how roomy this car is. I mean, if you do not pretend to be someone you are not, and you just want a super reliable and like a tried and true solution with all-wheel drive, so that you don't get scary about like a winter, rain, whatever. So I think the Subaru Forester is a very nice option for you to get, and especially if you live here in the area, Wesley Chapel or Tampa Bay area, please come here, Subaru Wesley Chapel, and no markups, nothing. That's a very nice option for you to get these vehicles, and yeah, and change it from whatever vehicle you currently have and upgrade to this one. It's very nice, especially higher trims. So this is just an example of a base trim. Obviously you have more trims like Sport, Limited, Touring, and Premium, which have more options and more and nicer materials, I would say. So hopefully you like this video. I've just shared what I like. I'm a car enthusiast, so I share what I like with you, with my audience, and hopefully you like that. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. Please enable the notifications so that you are aware of a new video when I release a new video on my channel. Hit the like button. Please support my channel, and I'll be uploading more videos in the future. So thank you so much for your time, and see you next time.